world. Coming to the stage, Mr. Ed Crepage.
Okay, please be seated. I was going through the mall the other day, and I see this guy sitting on a bench, leaning over a little bit, and I get by him and he says, "Call 911, I'm having a heart attack." I didn't want to waste any minutes on my phone, so I said, "Are you sure you're having a heart attack?" He gasped, and he said, "Yes." So I started to call him, but then he gasped again, and he groaned, and he passed out. So I shook him a little, checked his pulse. He was dead. Well, this was a relief to me because I didn't have to use any minutes. So there's this lady standing there watching everything. I said, "Ma'am, would you call 911? This guy died." And she said, "I don't have that many minutes on my phone, and I don't want to waste any." I'm thinking, you cheapskate. So I said, "You wait right here, please, and I'll be right back." I had no intention of coming back. I got out of that mall so fast. As far as I know, the guy's still laying on the bench, and the lady's receiving orders. So I went up the street to this restaurant that is a favorite of mine. I know most of the staff there. And there's a young girl in there, very pretty. She's a waitress. I talk to her every now and then. I'm sitting at my table. She comes over and says, "Would you like to meet my mother?" And she hands me a picture. I look at it and said, "Well, I can see where you get your good looks from, but your mother should have saved some for herself." She didn't do that. She got mad, and I no longer eat there because I don't want something in my food that I didn't order. So later on that night, I go to this dance at the Slovak Club. And I come in there, and there's a lady sitting there by herself. And she goes, "Come hither." So I hit her. I got over to her, and she was a nice-looking woman, but she's a little bit on the large size, great size, obese. And I asked her to dance, and it was a polka. So every time she stomped her foot, I bounced the foot in the air. Then she farted, somebody get a low pop. Well, it was like synchronized. You know, this kept going on, the same pattern throughout the dance. Finally, I wanted to break the ice a little bit and compliment her. And I said, "You know, you really impressed me." She said, "Oh, how so?" I said, "For a woman your size, you don't sweat very much." She didn't take that as a compliment. And I was down on the floor before I knew it. She said, "You think that's funny?" I said, "Not now." And then I started to sweat profusely and farted, and somebody got a low pop. So I got out of there with my life, and I had the chills. I tell you, it was bone chilling. So 2 days later, I had to go to the doctor. I went up there just for a routine checkup, checked the blood and everything. He said, "You're okay." He said, "But you're due for a colonoscopy." I said, "Oh, crap." He said, "You probably will." So then he schedules the appointment for me and everything. Comes time to go, I go up there, and they do the procedure. I get home, I take a shower, and when I get out, I bend over, I notice a blinking red light in the mirror, emanating from me. So I headed back to the hospital, and here the camera broke off, and they left it in there. So they took care of that. Then they wanted to charge me for an extra visit because I came back, plus the extra film I had used. I said, "What do you think I was doing, shooting home movies? Hey kids, look at my butt and wave to daddy." So we argued about the bill for a while. Finally, I told them to just take the camera and shove it back up my butt. And they did, and it hurt. So if you'd seen me walking around kind of funny, you didn't know I was shooting a movie. It's going to be a documentary, Dark Places Unknown. And it'll be coming out on DVD very soon. So put your name on the list. And one more little story before I go. I used to live in this nice neighborhood. I had a nice corner lot, nice lawn and all. The one drawback is it was near a school. And the kids would, going to and from school, use my lawn as a shortcut. And then they start wearing a path on the lawn. And it was just getting pretty annoying. I'd start yelling at them. Didn't do any good. I threw things at them, but I did not take the pin out of the grenades. I just wanted to scare them. Nothing worked. So I decided to meet with the parents and discuss it. And their collective response was, kids will be kids. You just have to get used to it and deal with it. So I registered as a sex offender. Nobody cuts across my ears anymore. Dogs won't even crap on it. So I go with it. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And I do. So thank you very much for listening. My name is Crepage.